Hello, my name is Alette Sweat, and welcome to the video portion of your project of the month with Floriani. This month's project, I'll be teaching you how to take your TrueType text and turning it into an applique. Not just any applique, it's one that I've been seeing a lot of gift shops called rag applique. So let's get started. To do that, just double left click your Floriani Total Control icon and your software will open. If you happen to be online at the time that you do this, then your My Floriani Today page will be open and active. This is a great place to go download more training resources, training manuals, go and view our archived webinars with Mr. Floriani. It's wonderful training. We have a support forum. Or if you decide you don't want to digitize your project, then we are for hire to do that. You can do this through our Floriani Digitizing Depot. One of my favorite times of the month is at the first of the month, and we get 5 free new designs. So I know you'll enjoy those too. To get started on our project, we're going to left click on Create a New Design. When we do this, this will open up our Floriani Total Control program, and it'll be active and ready to work. We're going to go up to File, left click on File, drop down to Import TT Text. These are your TrueType fonts that are already embedded in your computer. I'm going to, in the text area, I'm going to do just one letter today, which of course I'm going to do a capital F for Floriani. The font style is defaults at the first one in my software, or in my computer, which is Arial. I don't want to use Arial. I want to go up here and click on this little tab next to it. I'm going to left click on that, and that's going to bring up the menu of all the different font styles that are in my computer. I like to use for applique a very bold font, and so for this lesson today I'm going to choose the style called Cooper. So I'm just scrolling down to Cooper. I'm going to left click on Cooper. I'm not going to worry about the size of the font here. I'm going to show you how to do that in our Floriani software a different way. So I'm going to click left click OK, and then left click OK again. Once I brought it on the screen, as you can see, we have handle boxes around, so we could left click on those and click and drag. But there's a more efficient way to do it, which is while it's selected, to right click and drop down to the word Transform. Transform will bring up your properties box, and you'll be able to go in and tell it the height and width that you want your letter to be. I've chosen Maintain Aspect Ratio, and so when I type in that I want a 3-inch letter, it's going to automatically set the width for me, and then I simply left click on Apply. Once I've done that, my letter's sized. Now to turn it into an applique, all we have to do is right click, go to Convert To. Sorry, this pop-up screen is coming on. I'm going to again right click. I'm going to go to Convert To, and then I'm going to choose Applique. I'm going to left click on Applique, and the software automatically turns my letter into an applique. Now I want to show you this with our slow draw tool. Left click on it, and I want to show you that this is a traditional applique where it is putting down a placement line. Your machine's going to stop, then it's going to run your tack down line, and then once it's done that, your sewing machine will stop and then allow you to trim your fabric, and then of course it's going to lay down an applique stitch when you start your machine again. And we're not going to do a traditional applique. What we're going to do today is what I call rag applique, and to do this we're going to change the order of how this letter sews. I want to teach it. So this is going to teach you a little bit about editing your embroidery. Right now, if I take my select tool, left click on the letter, it puts back up the handle boxes. If you'll notice in the properties area, I call this Command Central. Anything that I want to do or change about an embroidery is always going to, my options are always going to be over here in the right hand side in the properties area. And so the first thing I want to do this rag applique, I want to change the density. It has a density of 0.40. That's a default setting of the software, and that's wonderful for regular applique. But for today's applique, we want to change that to around 1.0. And this is something that you can experiment. You might like a density that's different, but I'm going to choose 1.0 today. And I'm going to click apply. And you'll notice that my zigzag has changed a great deal. It's half the, more than half the density of what it was. Another thing that we want to do is we want to break apart our tack down line and placement line and applique zigzag. We want to break them apart so that we can change the order of them. And to do this, we're going to right click while your embroidery is selected, and we're just going to say break up path. Left click on break up path, and that's exactly what it will do. If I come over here to my sequence view, and I'm so sorry this pop-up screen's on. My computer is being silly today, but it's not going to stop us from being able to do what we're doing. Just have to delete it out. I'm going to come over here to the sequence view area, and I'm going to left click on the plus tab. That's going to show me the breakdown of how my embroidery is sewing out. So you see the 2 run stitches. This is our placement line, our tack down line, and then our applique. For rag applique, what we actually want to do is we want the applique, I'm going to left click on that and select it. We want the applique portion, which is the zigzag portion, we actually want that to sew first. So while it's selected, I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to change the order of where that is being sewn, and I'm just going to tell it to move it to the back. Once it does that, it's now changed. We've changed the order of where our applique is going to be sewn. See, our zigzags first, and then our 2 run stitches. To show you this in our slow draw, we'll just go back up to that icon, left click on it, and then I'll have it slowly draw it. And that's exactly what it's doing, is it is laying down our zigzag first, and then it's going to come back. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. And it's going to run our 2 tack down stitches. And that is actually rag applique. A lot of fun. To send this to our machine, we're going to go to File, Save As, left click on Save As. Then, where do we want to save it? Some of you may write directly to the machine. If so, in your drop-down menu, if your machine's connected to the computer, then that will show in your list here. If you save it to a memory stick, then you'll choose whatever is appropriate for your memory stick. For me, I'm just going to choose the desktop for right now. I'm going to go here where file name, where it says file name, I'm going to take out design 1, and I'm going to call it rag applique. Okay. Then what I want to do is I want to choose the format that I'm going to save it in. For this project, and as you can see, we have everybody's format. That's the wonderful thing about Floriani software, is it is universal. But for our project and for my machine, I'm going to choose DST. So I'll left click on that, and then I simply say save. And that completes the video portion of your project of the month with Floriani. I hope you enjoy it.